In 1084, Henry returns, this time with his army. He drives Gregory into exile and installs a much more pliant pope, Clement III. But Clement's reign is short-lived. In the years that follow, it is Gregory's expansive vision of an authoritative papacy and a reformed church that is embraced by succeeding popes.
If you are talking simply about who had the most power, it clearly asserted that militarily, Henry did. Power over the imagination? Well, I think Gregory's pointing, his voice is beginning to articulate how religious ideals are having an increasing power over the political imagination, over the social imagination, over even the economic.
One of Gregory's reforms, however, will have devastating consequences. Seeking to make over the church in the monastic ideal of abstinence, Gregory insists that all clergy be strictly celibate. Since most of the clergy is married, the imposition of celibacy on the priests and their wives produces enormous personal suffering.
They were suddenly told that they were fornicating, that their wives were not respectable wives, that they were concubines or whores, and that they had to repudiate these women immediately. We don't know what happened to them, but thousands of women surely must have been told that they could no longer live with their husbands who were priests.
Pope Gregory's reforms become the creed of the church. But his assertions over the secular world continue to be vigorously, even violently, resisted.
Gregory's imperious, overweening, unsubstantiated claims had no basis in actual reality. The Pope was not above all secular authorities. The Pope did not have any superior authority.
The conflict between church and state goes on. The most famous, or infamous, of these episodes occurs less than a century later, in the year 1170. Once again, the conflict is personified by two powerful and strong-willed men, England's King Henry II and his trusted friend, Thomas Becket. Henry names Becket the Archbishop of Canterbury, expecting great favors in return. But the highly principled Becket becomes a champion of the church. Exasperated, Henry utters the notorious words that have come down through history.
Will no one rid me of this turbulent priest?
Convinced they're doing Henry's bidding, 4 knights murder Thomas Becket at his own altar. The crime shocks all Europe. Yet, even in losing one of its most devout, the church achieves a tremendous moral victory.
Here we have conflict between church and state, which everybody knows about. But now there's this great martyr, this great hero who has stood up to the king and has asserted the rights of the church. It is, among other things, a great public relations coup for the Western Church.
But there is another, much more immediate problem, which neither the church nor state can resolve. The constant warring between the lords of Europe. First, the church sponsors a peace movement in the West, but it has little success. And then a new pope, Urban II, comes up with an idea that will have a totally unexpected effect: holy war. Across Europe, Christians set off to claim the city of Jesus.